lot of schools spend countless hours trying to stop bullying, but are they sending the right message? Maybe not.
UTA criminologist Seokjin Jung analyzed the data collected from 7,000 students from all 50 states. He thought the results would be predictable, that anti-bullying programs would curb bullying. Instead, he found the opposite.
To be insisting on data being produced day by day for a 6-month enrollment program that is a little bit unfair.
This man actually took the safe, legal, and fair line out of the Democrat National Committee platform. He supports taxpayer abortions, fund any abortion in the 8th month of pregnancy.
And but the
freedom prospers when religion is vibrant and the rule of law under God is acknowledged.
An informed patriot is what we want.
Welcome to Focal Point, the home of muscular Christianity on Conservative Talk Radio. Muscular Christianity, where we relentlessly explore the intersection of truth and politics.
The trouble with our liberal friends is not that they're ignorant. It's just that they know so much that isn't so.
Now, here's your host, Brian Fisher.
Hi, welcome back to Focal Point AFR Talk, 888-589-8840. We will continue to take calls on religious liberty issues, some of the things that we talked about in the first hour, prayer in public schools, how you feel about all of that. Let's grab a couple of sound bites before we get back to the phones. So those of you that are waiting, hang on. We'll get to you in just a couple of minutes. Let's grab clip number 2, Rob, to start this program. I've had problems with these anti-bullying programs from the very beginning. For one thing, they are little more than a clever disguise for bullying on behalf of the homosexual agenda. These anti-bullying policies are simply an official way to browbeat students who believe in normative sexuality, who believe in a biblical view of sexuality, that sex is reserved for marriage. Marriage is one man, one woman. It's not complicated. That's it. That's what the Bible teaches. Sex is for marriage. Marriage is one man, one woman. But if you believe that, these anti-bullying programs roll out and they label you the bully. You now become the bully simply for believing what the Bible has taught since day one and which every civilization has believed in history. So gay marriage, that's a concept that nobody ever contemplated, thought of, practiced until this last decade. So you believe that, then you're the one now that becomes a bully. And here's an opportunity for you to be silenced, for you to be pushed around, for you to be marginalized, and for you basically to be neutered in a public school setting. Now, there's another problem with bullying policies, and I want to play this soundbite. This is clip number 2. This is from the CBS affiliate in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, CBS DFW, talking about what local schools have experienced when they've implemented these anti-bullying programs. Let's listen.
A lot of schools spend countless hours trying to stop bullying, but are they sending the right message? Maybe not. CBS 11's Joel Thomas now with a side of bullying prevention that might surprise you.
It started as a simple look at bullying. UTA criminologist Seokjin Jung analyzed the data collected from 7,000 students from all 50 states. He thought the results would be predictable, that anti-bullying programs would curb bullying. Instead, he found the opposite.
Very disappointing and very surprising outcome, which is our anti-bullying program, either intervention or prevention, does not work.
Jung's study concludes students at schools with anti-bullying programs may actually be more likely to become a victim of bullying. Students at schools with no bullying programs were less likely to become victims. Stunning results for Jung, to say the least.
Usually people expect anti-bullying program has some impact, some positive impact.
Aw, you crying? You want your mommy?
That was a good one.
Yeah, we got it.
The videos used in many campaigns show examples of bullying and how to intervene, but Jung says the videos may actually teach students different bullying techniques and even new ways to bully through social media and texting.
It's kind of like what Paul said in Romans 7. I would not have known about coveting if the law had not said, thou shalt not covet. But the law has produced in me coveting of every kind. So it's kind of like that very same thing is going on here. I would not have known about bullying unless the law had said, thou shalt not bully. Now all I can do is think about bullying people. So it's counterproductive in the school system. And I think part of it is these anti-bullying programs is they emphasize the differences between students, not the similarities, not the values they share in common, not the things that ought to bind them together. They are focusing on differences between people. They emphasize differences between people, and they demonize the people that are in the majority, whether they are guilty of anything or not. They get falsely accused of being racist, of being homophobic, of being bigots, and they know they're not. And so that arouses an understandable resentment in them that I'm being accused of something that isn't remotely true. So it just increases tension between various groups in school. All right, let's go to the phones, 888-589-8840. Let's go to Michelle, Fort Hood, Texas. Michelle, welcome to Focal Point. What's on your mind?
Hello, Brian.
Hi, how are you?
Today?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm not feeling too good today, so please pray for me.
All right.
I got a bad car accident 10 years ago, so I'm trying to speak so you can understand me.
All right, you're doing just fine.
Okay. I called you yesterday about my husband being a ranger in the military.
Yes.
And about the wives and their stuff. And my husband wants to thank you wholeheartedly.
Well, great.
For you saying, thank you. That was very touching.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny that you're talking now about bullying. I have this little list here real quick. I want to talk to you about my son. I have a son who's going on 21 years old. And when he was in high school, and he played football, and when they are in the locker room and showering, he said they run around all naked and, And because he wouldn't run around naked, he always wore, underpants to take a shower and everything because he's humble,
Mm-hmm.
And they would make fun of him.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that if they had faith in class, they wouldn't be doing this, and they should understand God's will.
Mm-hmm.
And my son is going on 21 next month. He's still a virgin. He doesn't smoke, doesn't party, doesn't do all that. He stays home. He's he's a climber, band, church twice a week, and he's also a motocrosser.
Oh, good for him.
And in motocrossing, if people don't really know, it's a very Christian family. And we pray, and even on Sundays when we have a long weekend, like for the Nationals, we have Sunday church, even at the Nationals,
Mm-hmm.
So it's a really Christian family.
Yeah, cool deal.
But there's one thing that really, really is bad. Oh, God, this might touch you really hard. Everybody talks about bullies in school. My son used to defend those who were bullied.
Mm-hmm.
He hates that.
My son would do the same.
Yes, sir, and congratulations to him. And but my son last year was working at a motorcycle shop. There's a guy in there who knew his faith was very deep. And he wears his rosary that he's never taken off since he was a baby. And one day the guy just, had I don't know, we don't know what caused it, but my son went to go throw away the trash. And the guy told him, go take God and throw him away with your trash.
Wow.
Right then and there, my son quit. Walked out, never came back. Never came back. And, even a teacher when he was younger in junior high told him to take off his rosary. And he said, sir, with all due respect, I will not do that.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, well, if you're going to wear your rosary, then you tuck it in your shirt. Well, just so my son, could point his view, he would never tuck the rosary in. And one more thing I would like to say. With Bully Obama, I would like to see what he's going to do for Christmas at the White House.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people are interested in that, and and I appreciate the call, Michelle. Thank you for that, and good for your son for standing tall for what he believes in. Everybody's interested to see what President Obama will do. He's had a Christmas tree, but because it's customary, it's normal. He has issued kind of perfunctory Christmas proclamations, but he doesn't have any big fancy pants Christmas dinners for Christian leaders like he does for the Muslims at Ramadan. Back in 2, stay with us.